Now, so yeah, stage 7 on Himalayas is pretty amazing because yeah, this barely works at all. I've just done one run of this, and I'd seen some of the comments and stuff people have put in club chat and on Discord and stuff, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. Oh my god, what's going on? Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. They seem to just like, yeah, I get that this game doesn't get optimized for the Switch in the slightest, but this is just absolutely just, yeah, insanity. The race just doesn't work properly. Now, I've seen some people saying the fact that like, oh, run this in touch drive, and that might be able to assume control of the car, because there is portions of this on the first run. I have just literally done this one time. There has been portions of this where, yeah, it just doesn't work properly, and the game slows down to such a frame chugging like mess that, yeah, your inputs just do not come out. Or on my previous run, yeah, like I was just driving and then there was a van which phased directly in front of me. I have no idea what was going on. But I said I would do one where, yeah, I'm just gonna gun for the time. So 154. And now my Trion is 2 epics away from max. And like on the attempt where I did gun for just the time, yeah, I missed it by about 10 seconds. Which is kind of crazy. But oh my, like, yeah, I can't get over how badly this runs. It's kind of amazing in a way. Oh, let's see. But yeah, it's the Land of Snow, so it's the track where you start off on top of those platforms. But I can't possibly offer advice for this realistically. This is just a case of, like, if you're playing this and you haven't access to the Facebook group or Discord, just to see. Normally on this track I would say, do not accelerate at the start to make sure that the car's wheels go flat and then accelerate. You're gonna start off with a nitro shockwave anyway, because of the fact that, like, you're coming down a mountain and you're in slipstream. But what's the idea here with the amount of like cops that they had in? Well, security races. Yeah, it's obviously way too many, and like the Switch just chugs. And yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different phases in the race where they add just more and more and more. And the game never thinks to like unload any of those. Now, one thing you can do with cops in certain races is you can try and like destroy some of their cars, and that way like it'll limit the pull on the system's fairly weak CPU. But there's nothing you can do about this, because realistically, like, there's just too many cops spawn for you to be able to effectively destroy them. And yeah, like, that's one knockdown there, but if you look at that mini map, it's just absolutely cluttered up with red and blue, as well as the 8 AI of the other cars that are inside this race. This was the place, by the way, where the a Jeep just spawned directly in front of where I was driving. I'm not sure, it was on the right hand side last time. Yeah, you can see it's actually parked there behind a bunch of things, but the frame rate this time is, because I'm trying to stay in front of them as much as possible, so I'm just trying to put the butt of the car right in the pathway of the AI cop cars. But like, oh, that is such a nightmare to control. 143,999. Yeah, clearly the number to call. More cops. Or it was formerly if you lived in Ireland. I know it's like, yeah, 901 if you're in the States. But let's see, what is that? 143. Yeah, so like the way of doing that, like I said, I was doing there, was just trying to stay out in front. But wow, that performance is so bad. And like, I completely appreciate the fact that that car of mine, like I said, is 2 epics away from being completely golden max. If you've got a 2-star version of this car, this race is going to like absolutely pull you into those AI, and you're doomed, because the frame rate is so bad that like the physics just don't work, the controls don't work. And I mentioned it before doing my run, like some people have said that if you put the game in touch drive, if it gets really bad, then touch drive will handle better than the player would. Now that's still a really bad fix to a terrible race, because yeah, you shouldn't need to use touch drive to try to get out of a scenario like that. But I mean, if it works for you, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I didn't get 10 knockdowns there. I have a feeling that if I went and specifically went for knockdowns, yeah, I could get that fairly handily. Now, so what I might do is I'm going to go for one other run where I actually try and get the 10 knockdowns as well as the time. And let's just see how bad can we get the Switch to chug. I just like, you know, it's really bad. I just literally took a look at my Switch just to make sure that there's no like cloth or anything near it, because I don't want it to overheat, because this is going to put so much strain on the yeah, on that CPU GPU combo that's inside there. Oh, like Switch is just not made for this. Like you can see that there is around 30 plus opponent cars. Again, I'm just gonna let this go flat, fill up the slipstream, but this time I'm gonna be targeting the AI at the start with as much control as you have, because oh, realistically you don't have a whole pile of control. But yeah, now I'm gonna try and see if it's possible to get yeah, some KDs up here. Now I won't be able to until pretty much after this first area anyway, because yeah, while they're catching up to me, I'm not gonna waste time here by slowing down on this long straight. But after the cop line up, I'm gonna go whoaaaa! Just completely no ability whatsoever there to have any sort of control over the game. Just yeah, for these here I'm gonna just try and see if I can 360 into them. But yeah, like this is way, oh my stars. That frame rate, what's going on? Oh, that is amazing. Like if you were to show this to somebody as a yeah, no, that's like, that's a game made by the same company that makes the Assassin's Creed games, and it's like, it's running like this piece of yeah, that is absolutely nightmare fuel. At least I'm getting the 10 KDs, but like this is just an absolute mess. Like why anyone wouldn't look at this thing and just go like, yeah, at this point, by the way, yeah, I've absolutely close to zero control of the car. Like obviously, like by the time you put in an input, it's just completely impossible to like predict what's gonna happen. Oh, it just smooths out towards the end. Wow, that is like amazing. And yeah, of course the clock isn't impacted by the time in the slightest. So yeah, that's like, the character's face is true. Yeah, once you get caught up in those AI and like that frame rate just absolutely tanks. Yeah, it's just race over, because yeah, the Switch just can't handle it, and it's just too many AI. Like how many cop cars have you like added back there? There must be at least 10 additional cop cars added into a race that's got 8 players, well, 8 like other racers. So you're talking about like double the norm that you have. And the only saving grace in the slightest is that this is on a Himalayas track. Like these tracks normally work okay, but imagine if this was something like one of the Osaka tracks, or somewhere that notoriously has poor performance to begin with. This would just be, yeah, even worse again. And like, that's kind of hard to even try and imagine, but oh, that is like near impressive levels of inept to put that amount of like cars in there, and not to just like do one trial run of it and go like, this doesn't seem to work. Because obviously, like, every single car that you put on the race in Asphalt Line Legends is going to want to stay close to the player. And as a result of that, like, all the cop cars are doing the exact same thing. All of the CPU AI are doing that. And yeah, like, there is limits to what the Switch's CPU can do. Those cops on the corner that, by the way, didn't even start moving because they were just like, yeah, they didn't seem to even trigger from just how poorly the game was performing at the time where they spawned into the road. But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. I think, like, frame rate resuming for a small bit there, and then you get like another surge of cops and the other racer AIs on this long straight here. And wow, like I said, like, if you were to show just this race to somebody and say like, yeah, go for it, see what you think of this game, like, yeah, they're gonna think that your Switch is either broken or that, yeah, this game is just not made by people who have any clue what's going on. That's just awesome. 206, yeah, obviously, like, a time like that is missing, like, even the yeah, it doesn't win the race because you come sixth. I miss out on the timer by over 10 seconds, and I did get the 10 knockdowns, and like, that's what I'm gonna have to do is just one more race just with the 154 in mind. So just like trying my hardest to stay ahead of the pack there, and then do another like 9 races where I'm just gonna put that Trion Nemesis inside the middle of those and just spam that 360 button for a bit. And I'll probably do that in touch drive just for the sake of I realistically don't want to even be trying to control the car during that. I'll probably just like get the 10 knockdowns at the very, very start, and yeah, just put it in touch drive for the rest of the race, because, like, I mean, just nothing to be gained by playing that really. Just, yeah, once you count out 10 knockdowns at the start, just press the minus key on the Switch controller and leave the car in touch drive, because yeah, if you go for the times, that's fine, stay ahead of the cars. If you go for the knockdowns, like, there's no way you can put yourself back into that pack without absolutely, like, yeah, just destroying the performance. It just doesn't work properly. And to a funny degree, it doesn't work properly, which is like just amazing. Hey, yeah, we get our 20k and some other conditions gone. And yeah, like, I did genuinely, I seen people commenting on this race today, and I was just thinking to myself, there's no way it's that bad. Oh, I should believe the players. But anyway, yeah, I said I would just do a run on stage 7 just to let people know, yeah, this stage, it's not just your Switch that's like falling to pieces. If you've been having tech issues with this one, yeah, you can see here the absolute state of just how bad that gets, and hopefully some tips there is to try to get in front by, if you can, launch like I do at the start and just try and get that Trion up to speed, and then just do your best to like keep putting the butt of the car in front of where the comps are to try to make it so that they never like get into your field of vision. Because obviously, like, it's one thing on the performance when they're behind you, because the game is trying to work out the physics of them nudging off each other and how they're bouncing off things and sending items into here. As soon as you add in the graphical pull to trying to render like 10 plus AI cars and cop cars and stuff in this, it's just, whoa, frame rate just completely tanks. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, that you get some tips from this one as to how to do it, and if not, just hope you enjoyed having a laugh at my Switch trying to yeah, smoke its own CPU. But anyway, guys, as always, sub button up there and other videos from me here and here, and good luck in this one, and drive as safe as you can while playing at about 2 FPS, guys. Good luck.